Hi, everybody. It is Eamon here with another episode of Pat Monk Presents. Today we have Rebecca joining us all the way from Philadelphia, coming from NextFab. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Those of our listeners that are tuning in that maybe haven't heard of NextFab before, can you give us a quick download, a quick overview of how you help people and clients and so on and so forth?
Sure. Yeah. So NextFab is a membership-based makerspace. We have two locations here in Philadelphia. We operate very much like a gym. So you get a membership and that unlocks access to all of our shops. So wood shop, metal shop, 3D printing, laser cutting, jewelry. And you can really use the space and the tools and equipment however you see fit. If you have like a project, making furniture, making a medical prototype, we have all the tools, equipment, classes to kind of help fit your needs.
Fantastic. It sounds like something I'd like to do personally.
Yes.
I don't have anything like that where I live, so something like that is definitely ideal for someone like me. Just
Yes.
outside of hours, I'd love to do something like that. So with this, how do you find yourself, let's say, getting the word out about NextFab? I believe that you had a Tools of the Trade conference recently. How did that go?
Sure. Yeah. So we're looking for folks, kind of like you mentioned, people that are interested and curious in making, bettering the world with their products, with their ideas, with their inventions. So we actually had started a webinar series, which transformed into this conference, which you mentioned, Tools of the Trades conference. So it's a 3-day virtual, 1-day in-person conference where we focus on helping artisans and makers with their small businesses, their products. We have, discussions all the way from like how to price your work, all the way up to like how to build a better product. And then we end the conference with one of our locations here in Philadelphia, where we network and kind of just chat like how people do it themselves. And then on the more like day-to-day, we really are looking for membership. So people that, like we said, are looking to build a product or, advance their business.
Perfect. And like with that as well, like you're saying, looking for membership. So with let's say you had the webinar, you had the conference, what other channels are you using to, I guess, build brand awareness or gain new clients and customers for your membership?
Sure. Yeah. So we really focus on driving folks to our website through SEO, organic. Those are definitely like our biggest channels, as well as Google Ads. We have, subscription model. So our customer base is reoccurring. So we're looking for folks that are really looking to dedicate their time and then, monthly reoccurring fees to our business. So we start off kind of looking with the search words of like the things or the need they have. So like the tool, the project, the class they're trying to do. But then as they go through the funnel, we're really looking for that time and dedication for folks to kind of stay around. So we're really looking to get their trust and tell the stories and really integrate them into our community for them to stay for a long time.
Fantastic. I like the way you say communities. Definitely, if you're doing webinars, you're doing local events, and definitely I can see how that will all come together. So when people, let's say you're doing SEO and you're driving people to the website, how important is the NextFab website in, maybe creating awareness and even, turning these people into future, members of the club or members of, NextFab?
Yeah, it's the foundation for any like marketing strategy, and as it should be. So like things like social media, emails, open rates, impression, clicks, likes, those are all like great metrics, great to, show the higher ups, show and track. But the website is really where you want folks to convert. So for us, our website is our biggest, conversion tool. So we want people to, to understand the product. We need to have our website really clear cut, make sure like the branding is really consistent from our other channels as well. So when they do land on the website, they finally get there. We don't want that bounce rate. So we want them to explore all the pages. We really want that straightforward. And we want to gather, make sure that even if they do leave, we are able to, not to sound too big brother, be able to follow them or know that, sign up for our newsletter, get them to take some action on the website. And like I said, we can see that journey throughout by using things like HubSpot and other tools like that.
Exactly. No, that sounds good. And kind of switching gears a little bit and maybe talking more about you, Rebecca, as a leader within marketing and what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. So like many, I think marketers, especially for like if you're working for a small team, a small company, you wear many hats. So some days I'm working on like getting content, social media, like that more top of funnel things. Other days I'm working on email newsletter, working on that. Other times it's relationship building and, not only with your own team, so even if you have like one or two people, but other departments, kind of making sure your vision of marketing strategy is really clear to everyone, and that everyone's goals is clear.
Yeah, no, definitely. Clarity is so
Yeah.
key. And now that we're coming up towards the end of our interview, what I want to do is jump into maybe some rapid fire questions. So are you
Sure.
ready for the hot seat?
I'm ready for the hot seat.
Let's do it. So what was the last book you read or maybe currently reading?
I'm currently reading Girl Interrupted, which is kind of a sad story, but it's good. It kind of it's different than like working in marketing world.
Very good. Well, look, I always agree. It's great to read as many marketing books, but it's also good to have a time off. And
Yes.
sometimes you get your best marketing ideas when you're doing something completely unrelated. So that's good as well. So imagine when you're working at, let's say, NextFab, if there was no boundaries in technology, if there was one thing that you wanted to have fixed or could improve in the company today with, let's say, a magic wand, what would that be? Maybe makes your life a little bit easier.
You're gonna laugh, but we live in Philadelphia, and in the middle of the city. I would love a parking lot. That's our biggest gripe. You think it sounds funny, and I would also have unlimited operating hours because that can really answer a lot of issues. But some landscape changes would be great.
So yeah, there we go. Yeah, parking can always be a nightmare.
In any city.
Definitely. And with this, imagine, let's say if you could snap your fingers and there was some task that you have to do on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis that if you could have it automated, that would just make your life so much easier and maybe free up some time, what would that be?
I think it would be data collection. I think data and metrics are so important. I'm definitely like a right brain person. So that's the part, and it can be automated. I think I just have to kind of figure it out. We just switched to a weekly metric gathering. So we created a marketing scorecard where we gather all of the metrics from all of Google Analytics, social, paid ads, and put it under one marketing scorecard weekly. So I would like someone else to do that because sometimes I have to dig out the numbers, exclude certain pages, make sure we're not getting internal traffic. So then it's a step-by-step process, and I would love someone else to do that. That's not me.
There we go. Well, maybe the way technology and AI is evolving, maybe that's not too far away, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers
crossed.
So with this as well, what I want to do is imagine if you could turn back time and it's your first day, your first week, your first month in NextFab. What advice would you give yourself, or what would you do differently, knowing what you know now?
Yeah, I think this is something I would say even to myself today and from 10 years ago when I first started my marketing journey is to be confidently curious. I think as we get promoted and get these titles and get in a large room, we forget to ask questions but I would tell myself, you can be curious, but confidently doing so. So just ask questions. I would say even if you're director, CMO, any of that kind of thing, that's the only way we'll grow and learn.
That is great. Always, I have a little girl and I always say, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So keep asking. That's the only way to learn. So thank you so much for being on the podcast. I want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything else that, we just shared or you just shared about NextFab, what's the one thing you'd really like them to leave this podcast remembering?
I think just in the marketing sphere, I think be excited. And trust gut while looking at metrics. So I think, just be curious, be confident, and read a lot of marketing books because that helps me stay on top of trends.
Definitely great advice. So thank you so much. If you're interested in finding out more, definitely check out nextfab.com. And until next time, that is it for today's episode. Thanks again, Rebecca, for joining us.
Thank you.
Definitely, hopefully something like NextFab will open up in my area because I would love to have fun and be creative outside of my normal working hours. I think it'd be so much fun. So on that note, thanks everybody. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next episode. All the best and bye-bye.